This is James from Honors WP, and in this video, we're going to be reviewing LearnDash's cloud platform. This is a first-time walkthrough, first experience video. This is not a full guided tour. I have not gone through the process before. This is a first time for me. We will be buying and signing up, going through the walkthroughs, guided tours, whatever it happens to be. We'll be looking at their dashboards, their emails, pretty much everything for the first time. And then maybe even buy a domain or so and hook it up and see how far we get. There will be an affiliate link in the description below, but this is not a paid video. If you're into LearnDash, LMS add-ons, if you're running your own learning management system on WordPress, you should check out our plugins at honorswp.com. If you have any questions, let us know below. We will be turning this into a course just to complete the process in a further video. So if you enjoy this video or want to keep learning together with us, let us know. We'll make a follow-up video and turn this whole thing into a course and post it on whatever we end up doing. And let's get on with it. As you can see here, they are talking about some new features. It's pretty much the same thing they're saying as the LearnDash WordPress plugin, except they're handling some of the hosting side of things for you. They're also saying they're taking care of some of the maintenance, trying to make it a little bit more worry-free. We'll see about that. This video won't actually cover any of that, but we will do a further review or a follow-up video in the future after a couple updates and see how it handles with a big core update or LearnDash feature add-ons and how it works with third-party add-ons. We'll see. As of right now, this is just a first impressions walkthrough, and we'll see how it works in the long run. This is the sales page now. They did up their rates a little bit. They removed the discount currently. And we're looking at the full site. These are all the current listed features. So let's go ahead and get this started. If you click Buy Now, it takes you to the checkout page. Okay, now we have a cloud site. So before, it was just our normal licensing. So let's look what happens when we click on cloud sites. We have a monthly plan. It will be $29 a month, and it hasn't quite generated the account yet. So we'll give this a moment. Let's check our emails, see if we had any. This is the purchase email. I got an email that has our license key. I won't show that. It's just our purchase license key, same header. And this is the let's get started email. Really not quite sure what Light Rail Boys has anything to do with anything. That's a little weird, but let's find out. Let's click and see what happens when we click on Light Rail Boys. So it seems that this is a Cadence-powered WordPress site. Light Rail Boys is also here. This is our dashboard. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's log in. View admin. Let's click this. What happens? Okay, so that's our login from before. I'm assuming we can do a forgot password. Let's just see what happens. Because the only email address I've given this so far is the billing email address. So let's see if it actually resets or if it goes to a different email address that we don't have access to. Yeah, see, it doesn't know. I'll just use the credentials it gives us here to log in. So it looks like we got a welcome wizard. We can dismiss it down here, but let's go through the wizard and see what happens. It looks like I'm still Lightning Boy, Light Trail Boys. We can't change that. we'll need to assign a custom domain. We'll figure that out. So don't think it does anything. It says when I'm ready to launch, we can assign a custom domain, but we'll deal with that later. Assuming we can change all this later. Get out of here. Let's go ahead and add a logo. All right. This is the same wizard that was added a couple months back to LearnDash. This could probably be changed at any point based on what I can remember. Is this going to have just one course on it or multiple courses? Probably just one. Is this radio? It's a little slow. I'm clicking it, it's not responding. I don't know what's up, but I'm locked up. There we go. This asks if we're going to charge for this course or not. Apparently, we can set up WooCommerce on this site, so that's cool. And we can connect with Stripe. Well, the cool thing is it'll install WooCommerce for us. And this is just going to turn on LearnDash payments this way. But I want to see what it would do. So the code that we should be using is 840 for US. That's weird. I have not had to do that before. Okay, we'll go to Stripe. We're going to leave this alone. We're not going to include WooCommerce right now. We will add it later. Course grid, yeah. Here's what they're going to set up. They'll create the following pages: registration, and registration success. They'll install the plugins, the certification builder, the course grid, and we're not installing WooCommerce right now. Okay. Setup complete. Let's see what it does. Oh, sweet. We're going to help. What's this going to do? So this is the documentation search. This is a support forum. This is an email. This isn't actually live. It might be live later, but this is also off hours. So let's check out this new dashboard. Dismiss the mini bootcamp for now. We've gone through and set up the course of the wizard. Next up, it's the starter site. We can pick a template. Then we can configure the payments. We can manage our courses. Then we can launch with a custom domain. So that's all great. Take another look at the front end of the site now that we went through the registration. Let's see if anything's changed. Light Rail Boys. Oh, we got a little logo. We got our title in place. Got our registration success pages, a sample page. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's pick our starter template. Now, I wonder if these are their Elementor versions or their Gutenberg versions. I'm assuming since this is cadence-based, these are all block-based options. If you're using LearnDash on your own host in your own environment, and you wanted to use Elementor, they also have a large variety of these in Elementor. Let's look at some. I know this is the LearnDash Academy site. We've looked at this one a lot in the past. We've used this one in the past. We've offered Elementor supported templates for this. So this is a good option, but it's an old option. Let's take a look at this one. This one looks new. That's a nice option. I know this is one of the older ones. So is this. So is this one. I haven't seen this orangish red one before. Why not? Let's go with this one. Actually, let's look at one of their courses first. Yeah, that's a cool layout. Let's go with this. Select, hit next. We're going to look at some of the fonts. Let me just click around a bit. Kind of like that one. Let's check out the color options. That's kind of cool. I'm assuming these can all be customized somewhere. We can look at that later. Ooh, that's fun, but it's some accessibility issues here. But that's a fun color combination. I like that. That is cool. So it's fun too. I like the darker orange for now. Oh man. I don't know. This one's fun. I really like this one, except for the accessibility issues down here. Uh, all right, well, let's leave it like this. I'm assuming we could change all this later. Okay, so it looks like I think we're just previewing the site right now. Okay, save and continue. Okay, it looks like it's building out and importing the normal like starter template fashion. Just a little bit different. I'm assuming it's that type of experience. I haven't used Cadence in a while. Man, I just can't get over this Light Rail Boys name. I mean, I have always wanted to take a trip on a train with my team across the United States on a train. Sounds really fun. But after watching videos of other people doing it, I don't think a week on a train is actually a good idea. It's not as glamorous as it might sound. Okay, look at that. We're ready to go. Let's view the site. Open it in a new tab. Light Rail Boys dot mylearndash.com is good to go. Yay. So let's keep going. Okay, let's exit that. This should take us back to the wizard. Now we have that complete, but let's connect Stripe. Do I give them the yeah. Well, actually submit it. All right, so that's set up. Brief overview. Should we watch it? Are any of these my videos? No. Say that that's done. So let's see what we need to do to get a domain. After you complete step 1, enter the domain name below, press connect, and we'll do all the work. This process may take a few minutes, after which we'll need to log in again once the site goes live. Okay, I'm assuming this can be changed. Let's get a domain going. Back to the documentation, we'll need an A record at this address. Advanced DNS. Add a new record, new A record. This IP, give it an at, and this is if you want to use the www version, you need to do this. Well, I don't. I'm going to add them both because I don't want it erroring, and I would redirect them. I would definitely redirect them at my normal host. The rule there is if at any given point you are planning on doing anything else, like a jobs.blogs.stores.domain, then you would want to use the www. If you never intend on adding anything else to your domain, you don't need the www. It's more of a placeholder. If you happen to have both, it will cause a conflict with Google to think there's two. So realistically, we should just redirect the www back to the @ sign and not use that. But I want to make sure that's at least taken care of. So let's take another look. Okay, we have our A record's been added. And let's go back and see what it says. And it says if you want to use, you need to add the following. But we don't, but I would write the redirect. I would like to redirect the www to the @. We'll just leave it alone for now. Like I said, I can leave it alone. We really should set a redirect from one to the other. I just hate for someone to try to go to one and it doesn't work. And until we set the redirect, let's have one. So we will at a later time set a proper redirect. So let's go ahead and connect this. Let's see. Please, no more light rail boys. Let's get rid of that light rail boys. Let's go LD SAS courses. You know what we haven't done is looking at adding plugins or themes or anything else like that. Oh, well, I should have known that was going to happen. What we need to do is refresh like they told us to and log back in. The nice thing is it's no more light rail boys. Apparently, this platform, they'll take care of all the updates for us, so we don't need to have to worry about that. They also got starter templates here, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure how this works. I know how they work if it's the other ones. Let's look at what plugins we have. It's interesting. So maybe it's a fork, because this is Cadence starter template. So maybe this is a fork of Astra starters templates. Because I know a lot of those templates overwrote. They were the same. They worked in the past. I don't know enough. Yeah, see? I was thinking it's this one. Interesting. Can we just install any plugin that's in the repo? Looks like we can. Let's add some things. They should be taking care of this. There's a couple more that I wouldn't mind adding, but we don't need to mess with it right now. Yeah, actually. I want to see what happens. Do we get the tools to export everything? Yeah. So I guess we're free to go at any time. That's cool. What pages are made? I know a lot of these were imported from the starter template. From what I can tell so far, it's pretty much just LearnDash in the cloud. What version of LearnDash is this? Yeah, 4.2.1.2. I do want to take a quick look at the site now that it's finished. A couple things, we haven't actually built any courses yet. We just have LearnDash installed and configured. But for 20 minutes, 25 minutes worth of work, this isn't too bad. Now, you definitely need to rewrite all the copy. You're going to have to launch and create your own courses. But if all that's ready and you planned all that ahead of time, you could be up and running in a couple hours, which is fantastic. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It is under our own custom domain now. It should fully be working. We do need to go in and customize all the text to make sure all that's working. And we'll look in a moment. Stripe is fully set up. We're good to go. Now this is interesting. We talked earlier, like I've never done that before. Like it asked for the code. I don't think it needs the code. So let's go and see if we can try to fix that real fast. Now all your LearnDash settings are in the same place as before. It is just LearnDash installed in your own environment. Now what we're trying to do is looking at payment. We're gonna go over. Yeah, this is our currency code. See, that's weird. I wonder if we can just put a $sign there. I think we just put a $sign there. And if that doesn't work, we'll put US. Yeah, that doesn't like it. Fine. Maybe that's a bug. Put USD. See if it at least likes that. I mean, it works. Well, maybe I misunderstood. To be fair, maybe I misunderstood the instructions, and we know we could take this course now. But let's also take a look at all the rest of the settings here. It didn't actually cover PayPal. We know we can set up PayPal and configure. We do know Stripe is connected. Let's see what happens when I click this. We could say we're in test mode because this is just testing for now, just in case anyone finds it. It should be working. We're connected earlier through our wizard. You can see that was set up. That was pretty quick. All we had to do is put in our business information, connect it to our bank account, and we were good to go. I could have set it up to my own personal accounts, and I could have set it up to my sole proprietor or my own social if I wasn't a legitimate business. I just happened to be a real business and have an EIN and all that and set it up pretty quickly since I knew where to find that information. We did do it in real time. I do blur that information out, but it under 5 minutes, that part we were connected to Stripe. So all in all, I do think it's pretty cool. So let's go back to the front end of the site and browse the site for a little bit. Actually, before we do that, I do want to go over a couple plugins I installed. I had that sitting earlier. I recommend setting up Redirects plugin. It's the one with the flowers, the green. I've already installed it. You watched me click add it earlier. We're going to go to the redirects. It has this, it wants me to set up the wizard. I wanted to film this just so everyone can see. There's something that I like to do here. This, monitor any changes. I want this tool to help any link changes. And because we added the custom domain, just in case you happen to be live or share the link or whatever, it gets out before it's ready to go live, I recommend checking that. That way it'll help you. I also store all the information when I do this, just in case I have to debug. It doesn't hurt anything. We'll go ahead and let it run through, finish the setup. I've also started using SiteKit for my Google Analytics, and I've always installed Yoast, even though there might be better options or it's not always correct. I still think it's a pretty solid choice. I just wouldn't stress getting 100% green because sometimes the algorithms are just a little bit wrong or they don't understand the meaning of things. So it's not always 100%, but it's a really good beginner's tool. And last thing that I wanted to do was go back and look at the site just so we can take a look at a quick overview of what we did in this video and give my final thoughts. I think for the right person, the right setup, this could be a good tool. It does, what we pay for good hosting, you should expect to pay at least $30 a month for good hosting plus. So to cover what you're getting for hosting and the plugin, that's pretty good. For the upfront cost of what you have to pay anyways, it actually does break even if it's running smoothly and it's in your user base. I don't know what those limitations are. This is just a walkthrough, so I would love to actually go through an entire load test and see what it can handle. But from what I see so far, it's pretty cool. I do think it's something I would recommend to some of my customers or some of the users of Honors WP. It does work with any third-party plugins. Nothing's stopping you from installing anything or any other themes. So I think it's a really nice platform for what I've been able to test so far. I would also like to see how it works through a proper maintenance cycle or a big release or some type of security problem, not necessarily with LearnDash, but in the past with core WordPress or WooCommerce or anything. Let's see what happens because we don't know yet. But I know it's backed by a very good hosting company and a really good team. So I'm not worried about it, but I would like to see what happens there. And I can't give a full recommendation on how that'll work because no one knows yet. But I do think it's a really solid offering for what we've been able to do in under a half hour, under 20 minutes, if you want to cut out some of the wait time. Now, a couple things that I do think would be useful to add, and maybe they're coming, and they probably are, is a proper staging environment. I know that we don't have to go live or add a custom domain until we're ready to go live. And that's great. But sometimes you want to pre-launch or you want to launch the site and then still build some pages out, or you want a proper staging environment. So I would really like to see that added. I would like to see some type of rollback, nightly backups. There probably are, but I just can't see them. And without installing a third-party add-on like a managed WP or something like that, or GoDaddy Pro Sites, it's I would like a little bit more control, even though that I could probably contact support and get a rollback. So I would like to know that that type of thing's there, just as clear set of mind in case an update happens that I do quicker than they do, or something does happen on an update that's not caught. I want to be able to roll that back. And I would like to have the sites password protected, the staging sites that aren't quite launched. Let's have a little basic generic, sudo htaccess, or just some type of generic password blocker that I can share out to maybe the client or some friends to get feedback that the site is open, and if in case something does happen, it's not open to the entire world. I know it's a minor little thing, and I can do that with an add-on, but still, it might be nice to be able to quickly add that and share that out via email to the client or friends or colleagues via the admin dashboard area. But those are all things that could come easily be added. Overall, I think it's a really nice environment. So check it out. Add some feedback below. I think in the next video, we'll probably go over adding WooCommerce, maybe changing up some of the content a little bit, making it ours, and then actually building out a course of doing what we're doing. So looking forward to the next video and your comments. Thanks. This is James from Honors WP.